Hey guys, it's Pilot Andy. We are in Microsoft Flight Simulator, finally. We have the legacy music running, and we are at the globe, so all the places in the world just at our fingertips, basically. Created by Black Shark AI, Microsoft, bunch of companies, so it's gonna be really sick. We're gonna be starting off in DCA, today, so we're just gonna look around DCA. I know that DC doesn't have 3D models, but we're gonna just look anyways. So we're gonna set it as our departure. Let's choose a good plane. So I've always been interested in the Icon A5, so we're gonna be flying that. Let's go back from here and just make sure we select runway 33. Sure, that works. So we were gonna click fly and let it load. I played a little bit last night. The loading is extremely fast. So, not extremely fast, but way faster than X-Plane. I'm not saying it would replace X-Plane, but so far it looks so good for VFR. We are gonna just wait on the loading of DCA. As we can see, it's just going very fast, and it's going directly from Bing Maps and Azure, or I don't know how to pronounce it, Microsoft Azure Cloud. So it's really promising technology. This is like cutting edge. And I have my yoke, or not my yoke, my throttle and joystick set up, and I know roughly the controls. Still gotta tinker a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. And we are almost loaded into DCA. So I still prefer the camera angles in X-Plane. Still not really used to the camera angles in this simulator yet, but still really cool simulator, and honestly, like, just gotta respect what they're doing, like all the effort they're putting into this community. I have the hard mode enabled, as in like true to the world as it can be. So there should be, this is a pretty simple plan, I think, to start up, so we should be fine, but we'll see how it goes. I believe ATC is automatically enabled. I'm not sure if we're gonna contact with them, but oh, it looks like I've been switched to offline mode. And I believe that's because I'm streaming. It shouldn't be like that though. Let me let it load in a little bit. And our engine is already on. Let me turn it off just so I can get the settings the way I want them. Fuel press can go off. Okay, let me see these settings really quick. General, data, okay, and we are back into the simulator. So we are on runway 33 at DCA. This should be pretty familiar from my other videos. Our flaps are down. Let me bring it back up. Let me figure out which control is for flaps. Here we go. We don't have power to the engine, or to the plane, so they're not going to move. Let's turn on the plane. This looks like a sports car of a plane, and we will just begin from there. So let's turn on the master switch. Our flaps are moving for us. We can actually go to the takeoff flaps. Let me zoom in on the map a little bit there. Our fuel press can go on. What are these other options? Parachute, just a bunch of things. Okay. Let's turn on our nav lights are already on. Strobe should be on. Landing lights. Okay, cool. Let's put on master switch already on. Let's give it a ½ inch of throttle. That seems about right. And let's start the plane. There we go. So we're just gonna release the parking brake. And let's just get on our way. So this plane is also capable of landing in the water, which is really cool. And once we hit, I think 45 knots, we will pull up. There we go. Landing gear can go up. Flaps can go up. And as we can see, it's not perfect, the modeling of DC yet, because there's not really 3D information due to the, I think it's because it's confidential somewhat, but it still looks amazing. Looks like real life almost. Yeah, we can see the monuments messed up. There's the Pentagon. Just looks absolutely magnificent. And I'm gonna fly around the DC area. Maybe I'm gonna spot Sidwell, which is the school I currently attend. And we can see it just pulls data directly from Big Maps, so it looks so good. Like, the trees are just insane. Gonna lower the throttle a little bit. There's I think that's a Lincoln Memorial. Yeah. Looks really cool.
35040 cleared to land runway 1. Follow the generic on final. Wind 281 at tree.
Not sure if that was from me, I didn't listen to the full thing. We can see the cars down there. There's the Kennedy Center and the Watergate. And we're near the Georgetown waterfront. Just can't get over how good this looks. Like, so let's try to get onto Wisconsin Avenue so I can start flying towards Sidwell. It should be around here.
Icon X-ray Golf Sierra, please acknowledge.
Yep, that's for me. Let me just ignore the ATC.
Washington Tower Icon Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra frequency change.
And we can see those are all, I'm pretty sure this doesn't have photogrammetry or however it's pronounced, so this should just be AI through Black Shark. And we can see up there, like kind of over there, the Rock Creek Park, which is really cool. There you can see the observatory, or not observatory, actually I think that's what it's called. It's near where the vice president lives. And there we can see Sidwell, not directly below us, but pretty close. We're about to fly over it. And there we can see it's rendering in a little bit, but it still looks amazing. So there's the National Cathedral. So they haven't 3D modeled that yet, but. And there's Sidwell Friends. The middle school's on the right, the high school's on the left side. It's really cool. I can see the art center and everything. And there is Wilson and Fort Reno. Alice Deal Middle School is right there. Oh, I just pulled up a little bit. I think that's a country club near my neighborhood. I'm not gonna dox myself on stream though, so. Wow, Rock Creek Park looks amazing here. So this should be Friendship Heights. And the movie theater is actually in the building right here. So I'm gonna just, I'm gonna fuel, I think. I'm gonna just start heading towards the east. And we'll see where we go. Maybe I'll just go, I don't think I'll go all the way to Baltimore, but perhaps I'll go to St. Andrews Air Force Base. We're going to see the golf course. So we are basically flying over Chevy Chase right now. So I believe over there, let me angle that right. That should be St. Andrews Air Force Base. It's just such a good, like, the scenery is just insane, like default scenery. Can you believe it? And there's Rock Creek Park. We could try and do a water landing actually. So I know there's probably autopilot somewhere here, but I cannot be bothered to figure it out, so we're just gonna hand fly. This is just magnificent. Let me see if there's another camera angle I can give you guys. This is a pretty cool mode. Oh, this is sick. Those are some cool angles. And I think we have almost left DC.
Street 5083, clear to land runway 1. Follow the generic on final. Wind 281 at tree. Southwest 1690, clear to land runway 1.
So I'm pretty sure those are, sorry about that. I'm pretty sure those are actually real planes. Obviously it's an AI voice for the ATC, but those are live, that's live traffic, I believe. And there's the Anacostia. And I think that's the stadium. Oop, there's some lag. This is a really cool plane. So why not? Let's just fly to St. Andrews Air Force Base. We will start our descent. And we'll want to bring down some flaps just so we can slow down a bit. So that should be Silver Spring, I think. So obviously we're not using ATC at all, and I don't think we would even be allowed to land at St. Andrews Air Force Base because that's where Trump, or the president, flies in and flies out of through Air Force One. But why not? We have the option to here, so there's no problem in doing so. So we are a little high, but if I just slow down my speed enough, I'll be able to land it. I remember hearing this plane. It lands so low and takes off so low to the ground that I'm gonna flare way too early, and it's just gonna be a bump. And there we are, aligning ourselves with the runway. I'm going to bring up my second set of flaps. Landing gear will come out. There it is. This is a really fun plane to fly. Our taxi lights and landing lights should be on already, because I never bothered turning them off. Okay, we're gonna go into the cockpit. And we look good on the poppy lights. 2 white, 2 red. Oop, and we are a little low. Well, we will be fine. And let's land. It's a little bit of a long landing. And there we are. We landed in St. Andrews Air Force Base. Oop. Need a little bit of movement there. I'm on the wrong side a little bit. And there we go. And I turned off the engine for what? I don't even care. So let's see how this looks out here. It's a beautiful airport. This looks so cool. Okay, how about we go to somewhere else? I'll choose on the map. If there's anybody watching, just type in the chat where you want me to go, and I'll probably go there. So yeah, let me go to the main menu. If you're in chat, just type the name of an airport or a location, and I'll go there, because they basically have the whole world mapped here. So I'm thinking, I want to see the mountains in California, but I also really want to visit Rio. So how about we just check out Rio, because it has built scenery as well. Christ the Redeemer is there. We will take off from here. Runway 28 should work fine. And we will fly. Should we fly the icon? Why not? So we're going to Rio. We're gonna let it load. It should load faster. The more and more you use it, the more the AI apparently gets faster at generating, so it just loads faster. So we should load into Rio pretty fast. So we're just gonna sit and wait. And I noticed there's a couple of people joining. If you would like me to go to a specific location, just type it in the chat and I will go there next. Right now we're going to Rio to see the Christ the Redeemer statue that overlooks Rio de Janeiro. I forget if I pronounced it correctly. It should be cool because it was in the trailer, so I'm really excited to see this. I actually built some orthophoto for X-Plane recently for this. And it looks like we are almost done with our loading. Clearly loading faster than X-Plane usually does. And it should be a couple more seconds. There we go. So It's gonna render a little bit more. We are in Galileo Antonio C. Joachim International. I forget, or I apologize if I pronounced it wrong. And let's take off. We already have the engines ready. We just need to get the frame rate running a little better. Our flaps are already set. Our trim should be on takeoff. That's good. Power is already on. Fuel pressure is obviously on. We can release our parking brake. And let's just take off and fly this in. This is like a sports car plane. Hey Lewis, would you like me to go anywhere specific? I'll go anywhere. There's a whole world available to us. And there we are. We're gonna pull up. Landing gear can go up. And let's look at Rio. Flaps can go back to normal. And so I believe we have to go south to see the statue, so we're gonna start turning. Yeah, so we're gonna go south towards those mountains. I believe that's where I have to go at least, based on this map. What we're doing is technically very illegal, but okay, Lewis, it's all good. We shouldn't be flying over the airspace like this, but it's still fine because it's a simulator. Who cares? So we're gonna just start flying over towards the statue. I believe it is somewhere in this general vicinity, so we will see it pretty soon. Let me zoom out on here. This looks so magnificent. Looks just like real life. Not just, but almost as good as real life. So we can see the sun is almost setting. And you can tell they put a lot of actual effort into this city through the, forget what the term is, photogrammetry or something. Because you can see all the bridges and everything, nothing in the water, like, oop, a bit of lag there. There we go. And I'm running on medium settings. It will look worse for you guys because I'm streaming, but on my computer it looks really good. It's 1080p. And perhaps we can do a water landing later. Whoops, I never responded to ATC. This is just beautiful. This is one of the gems of 2020, actually. And there we can see the statues getting closer. I think it's on over here somewhere. So we're gonna fly around those mountains there. That mountainous area. And we can see the trees are starting to render on the mountain tops. I think it's right there, but I might be wrong. I'm almost 100% sure it's right there. And let's start leveling off a bit. There's no way it's all the way over there. I'm pretty sure it's over there. So. Can't see it yet, but we should see it pretty soon, I bet. I need to reduce my speed a bit. We're going a little bit fast. And look at Rio. Ooh, a bit of lag there. There's the statue, guys. So I was right. So let me start flying closer to it. I'm not gonna crash into it, don't worry. And after we do maybe a turn around it, we will land in the water, or at least attempt to land in the water. Let me lower my speed. I'm going really fast. And look at it. Oh. I need to get closer to it for that angle to work well. These trees look so good compared to X-Fin. They really make a difference. And there we can see the statue. I want to go here one day. It looks so beautiful. And the statue is very well modeled. Wow, magnificent. I'm gonna do a turn around just so I can see the front. And the sun is setting as we look around. We do a bit of a sharp turn, not very smart, but let's look at this guy. Wow. Imagine how amazing it must be to just travel here and see that. And the structures, just the rocks and the mountains look so good. Okay, we're gonna go and try to get a water landing. So I don't know where it is actually legal to do a water landing in Rio, but we're just gonna choose a spot because we can and land. So apparently for a water landing, we just keep our landing gear up, obviously. So yeah, it should already be set for a water landing. So we're just gonna start slowing down and we're gonna bring our flaps down a bit and just start heading towards like what I deem worthy of a water landing. So I think we're gonna go towards here so we can land inside this coast dole area. I'm a little bit high right now, so not drug wise, just on the airplane. And I'm gonna slow down. There's the beach. This might actually be the beach from the movie Rio. Not sure. And it seems there's a structure on that island there. I have no clue what it is. Maybe it's like their equivalent of a jail. Okay, and I'm gonna start to bring out the second set of flaps. I don't know why I used my mouse there. I could have just used the control. So So this is gonna be a cool landing. Here, how about I try and turn into that coastal area. You can see the sun. We're at 500 feet, so just shy of our minimums. Yeah, so we're gonna try to pull into there. Maybe we'll see the statue. I think we can actually. Christ the Redeemer, I believe, is called. And let's land. I hope this is enough distance. I don't know how far a water landing really goes. I've never really done one, but I know this is roughly what I should be doing. Okay, I don't know how fast I should be for this. Whoa, little bit of lag. Did we do it? I cannot tell if we did it. Looks like we are going way too fast. And I actually just released the throttle so far down that I just cut the engine. I mean, turn it back on. There we go. And it looks like we actually successfully did it. Just in time. This looks so good. Oh my god. Look at the sun. Right over the mountains. And I believe the statue's right there. So if we actually angled ourselves. Yeah, he's right there. So I cannot tell if we're moving or if the water's moving right now. We're definitely moving, but not as fast as it looks. Well, let's choose a new location. If you are in chat and you want to tell me where to go, tell me, because I am more than willing to go to a random location. I'm thinking Dubai right now, but I'm not 100% sure. I see that there's a couple other people in chat, so maybe if you are listening or willing to say location, just type it. And not in the comments, into the live stream chat. There's a difference, if you didn't know. Okay, let's go on to the globe. So that's South America, obviously. I'm thinking maybe like, I saw like Antarctica look really cool, but maybe Italy could look cool. I know Amalfi, I don't know where in Italy that is though. I've visited there for vacation. I think it's on the west side, but I'll look it up. I don't think they have an airport, but we could probably fly towards the island. Amalfi. Okay, let me open up my laptop and actually see if there is the closest airport near Amalfi. Because I actually really want to see that. They have beautiful mountains and stuff. Salerno Costa de Amalfi. So apparently it's, I can't pronounce anything, but Salerno. So over here. So yeah, I was right. It's the west coast. I don't know why it's zooming in like that. Okay. So that's apparently, that shouldn't be, maybe costa means coast. I'm not fluent in Italian, so I'm thinking we take off from here, and then, so this would work as our departure, right? Or wait, QSR, where is it? Oh, that is it. Okay, so we would set as our departure. So let me go on Google Maps and zoom out and see where Amalfi is in reference to this. So I know you have to take like a ferry. Unless it's just part of the mainland, then I'm being stupid. I could have sworn we took a ferry or something. Oh, I get it. So it is part of the mainland. So I was completely wrong. I apologize. But it's on like an area that's hard to access because of the mountainous terrain. So that's why you have to take a ferry. So this looks so beautiful on Google Maps. So I'm gonna choose. So apparently it's. Let me zoom out on this. I just want to make sure I don't screw this up for you guys. So it's like up here. Oh, I get it. So this is Amalfi basically over here. So if we take off from here, we're just gonna go northwest, or slightly north, but mainly west, and we should be able to see it. So there's a lot of water there, so let's try to do a water takeoff. This will be really cool if it's modeled well. Like I remember how beautiful it was when I went there, maybe 3 years ago or 4 years ago. So this should be a really cool flight, or not flight, but just short VFR. So I wonder if the loading in Europe will be as fast as it did for South America, because I know they have different building types in Europe, and America usually has, like, it's like an X-plane, they have different style of building, so they have to load different objects and stuff. But I'm not sure if this is how it works in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so we'll see. I really wish there was a 737 inside of the simulator, because then I would just be immediately doing a flight. But instead it's an A320, so I'm kind of just, I kind of know the A320, I'm just still learning the ropes, and apparently it's not the best A320 really, because the flight dynamics are good apparently, but the systems aren't fully developed. So that's why I've been doing a lot more VFR. This game looks like it's built for VFR, but of course it's designed for everything. I wonder where this picture's actually taken. Maybe, I want to say the Alps, but I might be completely wrong. Oh, it's nighttime. I will change the time, because I want to see this during the day. I know there's a way to do this. Oop, nope. Weather? This looks like the time. That's cool, okay. So, we should just be able to take off, according to this map. If we take off, and then we just go this way, if you can see my mouse. So we will turn off the brakes, bring up the throttle. A little bit of a quick start there, but why not? Let's make sure we are on takeoff trim. There we go. Oop, I am not being smart right now, I apologize. There we go. I have like a little camera angle thing in it. Moved a little. And landing gear can go up. Flaps will go up. Trim will be set to normal. And this should be a really cool flight if it's modeled well. So far it looks beautiful. Like comparing default scenery in X-Plane to this default scenery, of course it's a big difference because it uses AI, but it's just crazy how much AI can do. So we're going to start going towards the mountainous area over there. So this should be very cool if it's modeled well. It's a little bit of a long way there, but if we get some altitude, it'll be a cool little mini trip. And I think I said this already, but I'm using the X56 HOTAS system. My friend Max sold it to me for a very good price, so I'm very fortunate for him. let's look out of here. Wow. I'm sorry about the angles. It's like this weird thing I have on my mouse or my joystick. The mountains look absolutely magnificent. So yeah, those mountains over there are mainly the coast, the Amalfi Coast, I believe. I don't know if that's a city over there or if it's further up. So I'm gonna actually pull up the map on my computer and just try to like multitask while I do it. I know Naples is north of it. So based on this, I think that is actually the Amalfi Coast, and then Naples is right behind those mountains. So that makes the most sense. So yeah, actually this should be the city over here. Or no, 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 no. The city is not here. This is apparently called Battipaglia. I apologize for my pronunciation. The Amalfi Coast is actually on the mountain coast. That makes way more sense. So already it just looks amazing. You can see a harbor or port of some sort. It looks like it's underwater. I've heard this is a problem with the simulator. One of the problems. A lot of water structures end up underwater, like bridges and stuff, because of how the satellite imagery and the AI interpret it. It's not a huge problem, but it's a bit of a problem. I think it's just because it needs to know that blue is ocean and something like that. Like the mask layer inside of a ortho scenery. If that makes sense. So overall, this is a pretty smooth area. Looks really nice. Wow. Italy's just beautiful. This icon plane is just so fun to fly. I don't know why. It's so small, but it's like a sports car of a plane. So let's look at this map. So it looks like we are gonna start turning. Or wait, actually, I might be wrong. Oh, I understand now. So it's actually way further down. So it's not this area, but it's a part that's northwest of this area, or actually basically just west. So this is just a small little like bit. So this like extrusion here is just this little bit here. So there's actually just, it's hidden behind this area. So we're actually gonna see it like after we jump over the, not jump, but fly over this mountain. So it's gonna look really cool actually. Wow, that's just, can you believe this is all like just generated through like AI? Just crazy what we are capable of. And I'm using the Microsoft Store for this version of Microsoft Flight Simulator, so that's just an FYI. I heard Steam had some problems last night. I think they're fixed now. I bet they're fixed, but I'm gonna try to level off a bit. Like 3,000 feet. I wish I kind of knew the autopilot. I know the transponders are there and the radio's right there. But for some reason I cannot, like, it's somewhere here, but this screen's so small that I just can't be bothered to like figure it out. And so once we cross over this, we should be able to see the coast of Amalfi. That water, I remember the water there is so blue. I don't know if they have different watercolors for this game. It kind of looks like they do. And maybe once we're there, I'll turn up the clouds a bit because I want to see the clouds. I know it's really good light information. I can't tell what's going on with the front there. Is that like the sunlight or is it like rendering weird? and we are starting to fly over the mountain. That looks like a cool town. And I know there's buses that just go around the edges of these mountains. They look really scary to ride on. And there it is. This actually looks so familiar to me because I've actually been here. It's crazy. That's gotta be a rendering issue. There's no way it's just like blurry like that in real life. I don't know why it's like pixelating slightly. I don't know if you can tell though. Wow, that looks so good. I wonder if I can zoom in well enough on that. Let me slow down my speed. I'm going way too fast. Holy sh! Can't wait for it to load in. It's gonna look even better once we get closer. Such a nice plane. There's the coast. And I remember going inside, there's actually just a whole like city. Like I didn't realize inside of this like coastal area over here it just goes deep. Like I didn't realize how big it was when I was there. Oh. I went too fast. My apologies.